In time long past in Vasten rose a sun so bleak all hearts were froze. Across the lands a dead host spread, filling souls with molten dread. At the lead marched Death himself, laying sunder both man and elf. The moon was held by his command, all lives forfeit to his demand. A sigh of fear escaped their lips, no sign or hint of hope's eclipse. Their life force drained into the land, a million grains of blood-red sand. But steadfast they did persevere, though death's black gate was so very near. Their fist held high, so resolute, to beating drum and piping flute. A banner rose into the sky, green and gold held up high. Their beloved king stood tall and proud. His voice was heard across the sound. He beckoned forth for death to bow, to bend on knee and reavow that he was one and true for all, that death must listen to his call, that these lands would be wiped clean and purified from glen to green. Harvest of dreams held in the air, suspended in his loving care. For these his people would return and walk the shores of silken fern, birthright to both sons and daughters, theirs to hold for countless years. And death would flee from that place in shame, torment, and disgrace. His game was up, he could not stand upon a million grains of pure white sand. Hello there, everyone, and welcome back to my next episode on the Realm of Vasten server. I am Mar, and we are once again at the library and with shaders on, so it's gonna glow. A lot of it's gonna glow. I have been extremely busy over the last couple days working on the library off camera, trying to come up with a design for a staircase, because it's something we talked about in the previous episode. And I'll be honest, I went through multiple different versions of the staircase before I came up with the one that we're about to take a look at. And it was a real struggle. I'm pretty sure I spent easily 10 hours or more working on this, building it, tearing it down, building it, tearing it down, so on and so forth. Well, it was a real struggle for me, but I ended up going with something that I think I'm reasonably happy with, and I'd like to take a moment. I got a comment, and I hope I'm not butchering your name, at least, you know, not too badly. Jatlik, I think, is how you pronounce it, left a comment up talking about the spirals, the staircases, all of that sort of stuff. And I went ahead and took one of the suggestions, which was to have water decorations. And, well, let's just take a look. So this is what I've got going so far. My original idea was to have a staircase pretty much starting here and spiraling up, and another one starting pretty much here and spiraling up, but I couldn't get the angles right. I think ultimately it's too steep to make that spiral smoothly, make it look good, to say nothing of being able to make it, design it and whatnot. So what I ended up doing instead is kicking back the staircases all the way to the back part of the room instead of the front. And what they do is you basically come up and then you just reverse direction and finish going up the rest of the way. It's not really a spiral because we're basically working with, straight lines, 90-degree corners, all that fun stuff. but I think it's pretty much the closest you can make it, with, you know, Minecraft, basically. Doing circles in Minecraft is not easy. Also new is this platform right here. This is the elevation that brings us right to the base of the murals that we built. And I think that's where I want to probably build the next floors, like right here and then up there. Or maybe not. The taller one's definitely getting pretty skinny up there. Part of the problem with this, another part of the problem anyway, with the original staircase is that, you know, another comment that Jean-Luc, I hope again that I'm saying your name right, made is that for building like this, you really need a pretty grand staircase. So you can't do some small, basically. The problem is there isn't a lot of width here. I was trying to go with like a 3 or a 4, but even so, that brings it out to like pretty much here, and then you've got like a 2 wide little gap that you can walk around, and I didn't really like that idea. I wasn't fond of it. So these ones down here are, well, technically they're 5 wide, but if you include the border, then that makes them 7 wide. And I think that they fit the building pretty nicely. And then, of course, I have this water feature here in the middle, which itself, I was pretty happy with how it turned out. I may turn the sea lanterns from being sea lanterns, because that was what my original idea was, to light it up, but then I didn't really like it all that much, and I put the fire on it. I may swap those out for glowstone, or maybe just, I don't know, just logs or something. I don't know, something that kind of maybe matches the trapdoors a little bit better. I will probably end up dousing the fire at some point, just because as I'm working up there, I don't want things falling down here and, you know, burning up. The underside of the staircase is pretty simple. It's dark oak wood and the prismarine, the dark prismarine, lots of sea lanterns, and then black stained glass. Partly because we had so many left over from the mural, but also because I kind of liked the effect of walking up and looking down through it. So I thought that was kind of cool. Now, I still have to finish making the staircase. I've got this one going up. I still have to detail it. I don't have, like, the trapdoors on everything and whatnot. I still have to build this one over here. So I thought we might work on that sort of stuff together. And then, like, as far as the first floor is concerned, other than, you know, touching up bits and pieces here, I know I've still got, like, the ceiling things going on there that are kind of weird looking from the inside, from the nether brick pillars that we've got going on out there. We still need to, you know, kind of cover that stuff up and whatnot. But otherwise, structurally, I think the first floor may be finished. Because all you really needed was a staircase and you know, we got a nice free centerpiece out of the deal. Because after that, we just need to go up to the next floor and figure out what we want up there. Now, of course, this floor is, like, the other floors up there aren't really going to have anything like a giant water fountain, because there's just not, you know, space for it. At some point, I'm sure I'll have to put in a ceiling, probably at that level right there, but I still like the feeling, you know, of standing down here and looking straight up and just getting this humongously, like, you are a small person and this is a big world sort of effect. I just love that. So I want to try and keep that as long as possible. Trying to get this staircase to go to the next layer, that'll be interesting for sure. Another option I may just go with is water elevators, because they're easier and more space conscientious and whatnot. But yeah, we got some things that we'll have to figure out here. So, like, let's see. In this episode, I want to work on this. I'd like to see if I can't get this staircase finished. We'll probably do some of that, if not all of it, I guess, on camera. Also, I think in the last episode, or possibly the episode before that, I talked about plans for the rest of the season, and we were thinking of doing a Halloween-themed build, but we've actually kind of canceled that idea, or not, maybe not canceled, maybe that's not the right word, maybe just put off for now, sort of, because we've got, you know, 2 large projects. We've got Yander's Rest, and we've got the End project, and of course I'm very busy here with the library and whatnot. So I think for now we're just gonna focus on getting those larger projects done and maybe save the Halloween thing for, or, you know, like dark, creepy, scary mansion type thing for another season entirely. So it's not completely out of the running, it's just not right now, basically. But I will need to finish the halfling house at Anduar's Rest. I definitely will need to do that. I was looking for trapdoors, and I've just found one, because I wanted to put one right here. There we go, that looks better. So yeah, so we're also going to want to check out the halfling place and finish our little halfling home. I was over there just the other day, and we've got 2 rooms left to go. I mean, of course, we could keep on digging down, but I don't know if there's necessarily any point since we're getting towards the end of the season, so I may just want to wrap that one up. But yeah, let's go ahead and work on this. Well, let's see. I've got so much stuff in the inventory. I think I've got most of what I'll need, hopefully, you know. I hope I will anyway. So what I've basically been doing here is trying to cover up as much of the prismarines as I can. Now, it's not going to be completely perfect, but it's definitely what I'm trying to go for, because I like prismarines, but I also think that they don't necessarily go... Whoops. That hurt a little bit. I like this appearance here more than I like, you know, that appearance there. I want it lit up, and I also like how you can kind of see, like, how it illuminates the glass on either side. But I don't necessarily want to see sea lanterns at, you know, every corner. So I've got pretty much everything caught up on this side that I had on the other side, and you can also now see what it looks like during the daytime. I think it's like midday or something like that. I think I've got this side caught up to that side in terms of the trapdoors and, you know, all the prismarine and whatnot. I also quickly came up with this design here for the pillars on the underside. I think it's minimalistic while still being, you know, relatively nice to look at, you know, better than just a blank column. I was gonna try doing the chiseled on top of like just basically a pillar of chiseled, because in the texture pack it used to change the texture design of that to being like these vertical lines, kind of like what you would see with like Greek or probably other places too, but like Greek pillars at, you know, old medieval locations and whatnot. But I guess that's been taken out of the texture pack, I guess. I mean, I don't know. I really liked it, but it didn't work, so I had to come up with something else. Now, I want to try and, you know, mimic this on this side. It should all line up just right, but I figured I'd show you guys how I do it in case you want to see that. So what we do is we have a pillar, or, you know, a row of glass. We've got a sea lantern on either end to give us a little illumination through the glass, which also helps keep this spawn proof, because all of this here is planks on the lower half of the block, but some of the prismarine is, you know, spawnable, so having the sea lanterns helps keep it spawn free as well. So we take some stairs, we make them upside down stairs on the side of the glass here. And then, like, what I like to do is do a whole bunch of rows and then come back and touch them up. So then we'll do, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we'll come up here and do another set of stairs, and then we'll grab our glass again, bring it out 1, break off our little temp placement block, bring this out 5, come up again, put more stairs down, so on and so forth. At some point we will need to turn this. I'll have to count that up to see how far I need to go. And then once I get this going a ways, what I do is I come back with the slabs and just put those in there, put them in there. Oops, I misclicked that one. Put them in here, and then I'll grab my sea lanterns and I'll come off on the sides, and everywhere I see glass I'm going to put down a sea lantern. And then we'll grab our prismarine. I put a slab of prismarine on top of every sea lantern, and then to give it its little slope, I just, you know, add it in the little halfway spot there between one sea lantern and another. Similar to that. It kind of gives us a little bit of a boundary. I mean, obviously you could still walk over it, so it's not really like a railing, but it kind of mimics a railing. And then you take your trapdoors and you cover up as best you can anyway, every full side of the prismarine glass. Now, the bottom sides are the ones that are really troublesome. You'll have I just have to, you know, go back down below and come back afterward to get them. but you can get the other sides reasonably okay. You know, it's not too difficult. And then when we get up here to the corner, to the turn, it is basically a 5 by 5 with like the corner bit out of it. To give it a rounded shape while still giving us plenty of space to make the turn, so we don't feel like claustrophobic or something like that. Now the nice thing is that even though no light is actually coming through on these two sides, because of the way it works with slabs, it still gives off a glow, so it feels like you're getting light there even if you're not. So I like that effect. So let's see, how far up do we need to take this? Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 6 rows of glass, so we've got 1, 2, 3. So we need 1, and then my stairs. Bring that along here. That's weird. What's making it do that? Okay, I guess the sun's setting and it's coming through the glass over there. Oh, right there. Coming right there. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, it's my shadow. You can see my shadow. See, I'm still getting used to having shaders on. Anyway, another glass row here. Get rid of our temp block. So that'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we need 1 more row of glass right here. Get rid of the temp block, and then up here, this is where we put in the turn. So I'm still putting in my upside down stairs, and then we're grabbing our slabs, and we're gonna put those on top like we you know have been, and then we're gonna also go out 5 this way. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I brought those out 2 blocks. So 1, 2. Because it just seemed to give it a much better arc. And then I fill in the corner here. I originally left these 4 blocks out, but then I felt like the turn was much too sharp. It didn't really flow very well, in my opinion. We got our little sea lantern there, which doesn't have any glass with it, unlike everywhere else, but I wanted to keep this area plenty lit up and whatnot. So add our sea lanterns here, here, and here on both sides. So there, there, and there. Grab our slabs and fill those in. That's already done. There. That's already done. Then our prismarines. So there, 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 here, and here. Wait, nope, not here. Nope. Just kidding. Just kidding. We'll get back to that in a minute. Fill these in. And then the trapdoors, or, you know, at least what we can reach of them. So it's not easy. There's been more than one occasion where I've fallen down and then you have to climb back up, and you know. The nice thing is that I won't have to keep flying up and I won't have to rely on the scaffolding, because the scaffolding was really getting in the way in case, I mean, I've taken all of it down. It just kept getting in the way when I was trying to build. So we're going to do that and that. Also need it on this side, so yeah, I think so. I think so. We're going to go with it for now anyway. Get that there. Oops, that's not right. You need to go. And I have to go down and catch you. Of course. Well, while I'm down here, let's just stand here and get up there. Nope, 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 wrong thing. I guess I didn't need to jump for that. I'll get the ones on the other side at some other point, I guess. Now, over here, now we need to make this turn, but we also need to be able to put glass at this level here, and what I do is I take another sea lantern and just put it on top. It looks a little weird, maybe, but then you cover it up with your, with the usual, trapdoors, and it still, oops, that's not what I wanted, and it still looks reasonably okay. So then we just take the glass across here, grab our stairs, and keep the process going. And at this point, it's going to go pretty much straight up. So let's see, I need this right here. Nope, not that, not wrong thing. That right there. And then we'll have another, you know, it'll keep going up like that, basically. So that's how that's going to work. Now over here, we're going to put this here. We do need another sea lantern right there. Well, that was a bit of a lag. That was weird. And then I'm just going to fill these in right here. Now, I do not keep the corner bits. I felt that made it too bulky. So I just left those out. So then I'd put one here, and then right there, get rid of the corner block. And that's pretty much the pattern. That's pretty much it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to continue this pattern, reach it up there, and then I'll bring you back once I've got that done. You know, I have to say, it does look kind of cool with the snow falling. It's just, I don't know. I wish I could have the snow. Like, I wish there was an effect that you could place that makes it snow. So you could have it snowing, like, indoors or something like that. Because, I mean, this is a magical place, right? So it's magic, you know? Anything's possible when you're throwing magic into the mix, right? Oh, well. Can't have everything, I guess. Well, it is finished. Anyway, the staircase is finished. Or, you know, it's at least the same as the one on the other side, except for the janky support structures over there. Now, for the support structures, there's actually a design I had used, and it's, oh, look at you. See, these are, oh, wow, jeez, you guys came right at me. Is the server lagging or something? Because that was, like, awful fast. Yeah, you guys go die. Hello. Okay, then. Kamikaze? Dive bomber? What? Do I have thorns? I forgot I had thorns. Yep, I have thorns. Ha ha ha. Yes, come kill yourself to my thorns. Okay, so let's sleep and hop out of the bed so that they don't get, so we don't get any more spawns. Oh, I gotta fix that. That looks weird. How did that happen? I don't like it. It looks funny. The best way to do this, probably right here-ish. Yeah, this needs to turn like that. There, that's better. Okay. Glad I spotted that. That would have looked really weird. So what I want to do is the design I'm thinking of is actually pretty similar to what we used outside for the lanterns that are hanging off the nether brick pillars, and it involves fences, dark oak fences. So we'll just grab a little bit of that. I don't think I'm gonna need anything else wooden, except maybe a little bit of scaffolding, I guess. So I'll top off a stack. And I don't think we're going to need any prismarine. And then I do want some stone brick walls. We'll just take a full stack of that. Get rid of this garbage phantom membrane. Sea lanterns, no. Glass, no. And iron bars, yes. Actually, we'll probably need a lot of iron bars compared to the number of stone bricks. And then, let me think, because this is the part that I'm not quite sure about. With the wooden top, I don't know what would look better. Let's grab, I don't know, let's grab some chiseled maybe, some regular stone bricks, and then I guess I could do planks, actually, now that I think of it. Maybe this is what I should have done before. Like right here, these are double slabs up here. Maybe I should have just done whole planks. Although I do kind of like the border it gives. But what the idea here is that instead of these right here, get rid of those, and then where we would have put it, we pop out the slab, and we put in like oak planks, or we could go with, you know, the double slab version, but I just don't think I like that idea. And then we put down that, and then this, and because of how little space there is, we just do that right away. The alternative is taking out this and putting in like a chiseled or a normal stone block. I like the look of it from down there, but this looks really weird, you know? It just looks unusual, I think. I don't think I like it necessarily. Oops, that's the wrong tool. Whereas I think that slabs, I think slabs will work fine. It looks okay from the bottom, and you can't even tell it's there from the top. Now that takes care of the inner side where it's going to be running into the wood, and like over here, of course, it's just going to go, well, that might get awkward. I hope it doesn't lead right into the glass, but we'll try to avoid the glass in any case. But that takes care of like that side, and then over here, where it's initially running into the original, you know, section here, if I break that, yeah, it's gonna turn this. I don't want it. Nope, and then it's gonna turn. Okay, okay, we can fix this. So we turn this. Oh dear, nope, because then it's trying to turn with the stair, and I don't like that. How do we? I don't want to fall off. how do we go about fixing this? Because I need it to turn like this right here. But then I also need to be able to put... I want this to turn into the block here. Because I'd like to put a full... Like, maybe this is where we can use a chisel block. Although I don't really like the chisel block there either. Maybe we'll just go with normal stone. Does that look weird? I feel like that looks weird. And then we would use the same pattern right here, and then that. And in sections where this is much wider, or much taller, I guess, you would do the stone brick wall, and then the fence, and then some number of iron bars, and then another fence, and then another stone wall at the bottom. The only thing I just don't know, I'm not convinced about this. What does it look like from over here? Because this is the real judging factor. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't look terrible, I guess. I mean, if you're really not looking at it that closely, would you even really notice? I mean, you can see it's different, but you can also see why it's different, and I don't think it's necessarily a bad different. I think I'll go with that. Let me play around and put support structures elsewhere, and maybe we'll be able to take a look at it when it's all finished and see if it grows on us. Well, there's nothing quite like adding a little flower pots to spruce the place up. So I've finished adding in the support structures, the little beams coming down from the ceiling, and of course, if you look right where the cursor is right now, of course I had to hit glass. I guess we just have really industrial strength glass. We're talking bulletproof grade right here. So we've got a staircase hanging from glass in a few places anyway. But I decided to add some flower pots along the way. Along here, it would be kind of like every other one between the support beams, pretty much. And then, of course, down here, I tried to space them pretty much the same way as well, even though, of course, the support beams are on the underside instead. I think it just adds just a little bit of extra color and interest. And, of course, we'll want to do similar things elsewhere to try and decorate and whatnot. I was thinking of maybe like hanging flower pot type things, but I'm not sure whether that would whether it really fit in or not. It's something I'd have to play around with. But yeah, I think it's definitely looking pretty good. Now at the top here, and I want to be a little quick here because we're more or less out of time, if not over time. So I just want to quickly run up here and show you what I've done up here. And that is add in this like little railing here. So we've got these posts here with the lantern on top, and then the iron bars around the rim here, sort of just fencing in the staircase area. It kind of gives it like a really goth sort of appearance, and I think I actually kind of like it. And I'm thinking, what if I took this pattern with the pillars here and wrapped it all the way around? Because I mean, it's not like it stops you from falling off because you can just jump over it, but I think it might look good from an aesthetic perspective, as well as general world building, because in real life you wouldn't want to just be able to like waltz off, right? You'd want some sort of barrier, even if it's a small one. So I'm thinking I may do that. Now I don't know that these lights are really going to give enough lighting along here, because you know they're 4 blocks up and whatnot, so we're probably going to have to come up with another light design anyway. Maybe hidden lighting of some sort. But yeah, I think I'd like to give that a try. Now, before I go too much further, of course, I'm going to have to figure out where the next, if I do one, where the next staircase is going to go to the next level. And I guess I have to go up there and build the next level. And I'm also thinking I am more or less finished down here. There's just a few little spots that I have to touch up, like the nether brick over there. So I may start taking out this section of platforming and move it up to that level. And now that I have something up here, I may move my storage to like this wall over here or something like that. But these are all things that I'll probably just do off camera because it's all grindy work anyway. So I hope you've enjoyed this episode, and I hope you keep on coming back for more as we continue to work on the library. Next episode, we will probably go over to the halfling's house, finish it up, and then come back here. But yeah, that's just I think where we're headed for the next little while. Continuing working here, finishing up the halfling hole. I think that's going to be a pretty good state of affairs. So like I said, I hope you keep on coming back for more, and until next time, I hope you have a fantastic time, and I will see you later. Bye!